far as me.
No, but the books that on my list that are in translation, beautifully done.
So would a translator then become known, let's say, for example, Spanish books, they become the go-to person, it's, okay, we write, you know, we have this book that we want to,
I think
or
it's a genre
Swedish or
thing.
whatever,
Yeah.
and they know that the person knows the language, and that they maybe couldn't write a book themselves, but they know the language, they're working more with the language, so.
There's an organization of translators. In fact, I think the president of the organization is now Jim Professor at Western. It rotates around this group, and he's been very involved, very much involved in translating books and texts. Just think of the UN. You know, it's just amazing how they do this, and machines can't do it.
Yeah.
Machines just fail miserably in translation. So you have to have a person who understands both languages. And yet, bilingual children do it all the time. The children in the Kalamazoo public schools do it all the time, code switching. There's a language of the home, there's a language of the school. We do it all the time. Well, there are 27 different languages spoken in the Kalamazoo School District. There are 27 different home languages. It's a very diverse community. Other than, yes?
Well, you mentioned Allende and
Yes.
Daughter of Fortune and Portrait in Sepia, the woman that, I forget what country she starts out in, Colombia or somewhere, ends up in San Francisco. And it's the most amazing description of San Francisco and the fire and
And again, it's sort of, you didn't think it was too heavy on the history. See, I just go for the guy. So when I was reading critics and what they were saying about these people, and I was thinking, okay, a little heavy-handed, but I know nothing about Haiti's history. So bring it on.
That was great for them.
Yeah, I thought that book was, The Island of the Sea is terrific.
it's still on my shelf. I haven't gotten it.
And the book was good, we had issues. But we have issues about everything. We're like every book. Yes.
Thought Japan.
Yes.
I just read a woman author who's apparently very popular.
Okay.
And her name is Murakami. Let me see, I wrote that down. She writes, she does a lot of mysteries, and then sometimes she does like, has a book called The Brave Story, which is for children.
Okay.
Children's book. Her last name is M-I-Y-A-B-E.
Say it again.
M-I-Y-A-B-E. Mirabi or something. I find that her detective fiction has women detectives in it, and through the course of the book, you learn a lot about how Japan treats women, and it's really quite stunning.
Yeah.
Is that current? Like current?
Yeah.
Contemporary?
What was the name of the children's book again?
Because so many.
The children's book is Brave Story.
Great story.
I think that's a wild imagine to trip into another dimension. It's kind of sci-fi fantasy. I love it.
I love reading about different countries.
And the other one from Japan would be Murakami. That's his first name. He's also very, I can't remember his first name. He's also very magic realism. The Wind-Up Bird Chronicle is sometimes very chilling. View of what happened in World War II in China, what the Japanese did there. But very good writing.
Other trips, yeah.
The book that you're going to read next, The Geography of Bliss.
Oh, Geography of Bliss.
I absolutely love that book, and our group did it. And because what it does is, it's Eric Weiner trying to find Geography of Bliss. And Eric Weiner, who's sort of a curmudgeon, he's actually on NPR, goes and tries to find the happiest place in the world. And he goes to these 10 different places, and he's trying to find happiness for himself as well.
But you find out about aspects of these different countries that, you know, what's their brand, for one, and what's, you know, 'cause you think of Switzerland as being real clean, and so clean actually that maybe they don't let themselves enjoy life because they're so, they don't like change, they like, you know, go sweep the streets if, you know, someone goes by. But it's just, it's really fascinating. It's not fiction. But you learn about the countries in a whole nother way.
What's his last name?
Weiner, I think it's, is it W-I, or E-I-N-E-R, E-I-N-E-R, Eric Weiner.
The ultimate reader, Nancy Pearl,
Yes.
one of her all-time favorite books is Biggest Elvis, and that's set in the Philippines.
We read that.
She talked about it when she was here. She was asked, well, what is your favorite book? You know, and all that.
Yes.
And she said, well, one of my favorites is Biggest Elvis, and that's set in the Philippines, and it's Elvis impersonators.
Yes.
And it's,
In
I
different stages.
can't remember a lot of the details, like to tell it, but I remember thinking it was really good, and I never would have found that book or read that
No,
book
no.
if Nancy hadn't said that.
Yeah, I
But
think
it's
I-
set in the
I
Philippines.
read that because of Nancy's
Yeah.
recommendation. And it was,
So you learn about the Philippines then?
Yeah.
you do, and then in customs, this, I think it's this man leaves the United States and goes to the Philippines and becomes an Elvis impersonator. But which Elvis?
Yeah.
The
Yes.
old fat Elvis.
And
then
he's
it's
like, he's the biggest Elvis.
He's the big Elvis. And then there's young, skinny Elvis.
Yeah.
And there's, you know, there's Vegas Elvis and there's
That's
Memphis
right.
Elvis. And it's so amazing. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that was
it's an
very
interesting hook for that book.
But I never would have read that book if Nancy hadn't said that.
Was
So you
it
never-
humorous, or what was, I mean, what was?
I don't recall it really being humorous.
It's interesting. It's different.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, no, not one of it.
Oh.
Can I do
Sure, you can do it if you want.
Uh,
We are up to 80 books around the world.
Okay.
Woo!
This is like, you're talking about going to different countries and stuff. And this guy, Pico Iyer, I-Y-R-E or E-R. The book I read was Video Night in Kathmandu.
Video Night in Kathmandu.
Yeah, Kathmandu.
I love the title.
And then he's got several other travelogues.
Oh, it's a travel one.
Well, yeah, it's kind of is. It's very good travel.
So is it like,
Thoreau?
Thoreau?
Yeah,
Yeah. Good.
only like this.
Yeah.
Have you read Bill Bryson?
Oh, love Bill
What?
Bryson.
I love Bill
You
Bryson.
know, and I was going to throw him out, but I had too many for England. Bill Bryson, anything by Bill Bryson. What is it?
Australia too.
Yes, did you do
Yeah,
that?
they're walking the woods. It's
Walking-
nice, probably
Walk in the woods
here.
here,
And then on the notes on a
small, no, it's on a small island.
In the
Is that
Sunburn, in the
England?
That's
Sunburn
England.
country, in the Sunburn Australia.
Yeah.
Exactly, that's wonderful. And if you can listen to him read, you see one of that.
His voice is so
Sunburn country
different from what I
hilarious.
expected it to
It's
be.
hilarious and you learn a lot about the
Yeah.
country.
So he's got one for Australia too.
And Des Moines, Iowa is really a different country.
Which one is that? The
Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt Kid, yeah. Yeah. I love that. How's his new book? The one on rooms in the home, different.
Right, I've got to get
And
that.
that's in England. That takes place in England, I think.
It doesn't,
I thought.
I was
you know.
going to get it, sure.
No one's had Bill Bryson's all, not urgent. It's been out for at least 4 months. It's hard.
But you're right, it's going around the, yeah,
In the history of the kitchen and the bathroom.
and the little things.
Yeah, he's very good at detail. Yes. Other titles? You're so good. You did May.
I'm sorry.
No, I love this.
There's a couple graphic novels that are
Okay.
quite interesting, and the one that most amazed me is out of the Portage Library when the young adult or the youth section.
Mhm.
It's by a writer, Sean Tan.
Oh, sure.
It's called The Arrival.
The Arrival, that's a picture book.
Yeah, but it's literature.
It is,
It's
it
incredible.
is one I teach in many language classes. The
Okay.
Arrival, it's a boyless nonfiction book.
But it's,
It's the immigrant's story, and it changes the perspective.
any immigrant,
Any immigrant.
because it's without language.
And it's done in sepia grounds, and it's Sean Tan's family immigrated from, I believe, Hong Kong to Australia. But that's,
Makes sense.
yeah, but that's his story. That's not the story. It's just every man's story. There's Ellis Island. There's Angel Island. There's every immigrant. The end papers are beautiful because there are a number of passport drawings, and Sean Tan is wonderful.
But it's incredible.
Did you hear him speak at, yeah, T-A-N, T-A-N, S-H-A-U-N-T-A-N, Sean Tan. He spoke at the Oscars. He won, I think, one of the film awards.
Did he really?
He spoke at the Oscars. And I was
Wow.
flabbergasted, and he was quite literate as compared to the other.
What a,
He stood up and I was wondering, it was terrific, it was terrific. And I don't even remember what he won for, how the best foreign film or something, I don't know, it was terrific. I was blown away by him.
another one was by a woman called, I think her name is Jessica Abel, and I don't know the title of it.
Is she Australian?
No, this is a part Mexican, a Mexican American from Chicago.
Okay.
For some reason moves down to Mexico City, and she's really a good artist. And you kind of see Mexico City totally different. Actually, you kind of see it.
What was the author's last name?
I think it's ABEL or something. It's something like that.
Okay. So it's about it.
They have it at the Kalamazoo Library.
A fine library, like Portage.
All libraries are fine.
All libraries, all librarians.
Love them all.
Except for,
Oh.
where did they shut the library?
Troy.
Troy, Michigan.
It's
What?
no longer.
Yeah,
They shut
it down.
May 1st.
I
Yeah,
thought so.
are about to.
Why?
Money.
They pass millage.
Like they don't have any money.
Yeah, Troy is,
Yeah.
Troy is good.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think we have over 80 titles. I got my jewels, but